Before I kick off my review, I want to wish you the most merry Christmas today. I can't believe it's Christmas time already. I would have filmed this before Christmas because today, or on this day, Christmas Day, hopefully I am hungover, but also enjoying a bunch of mince pies shoved into my face whilst opening presents with my family. But I hope that you're doing the same, and thank you for a great year. I will see you next year. There won't be a video on the 1st of January, and that's because, well, I will definitely be hungover and I do not need to be getting up and worrying about a video, and I'm hoping that you'll also maybe just be chilling, okay? But in the meantime, let's enjoy a little. Well, I think I'm in one of my favorite cars that I've driven this year. And I know, okay? It is the Hyundai Exter. And oh my goodness, it's such a cute little baby SUV. Gosh, South Africans do love a little crossover, don't they? And it's little and it's budgety. So what will insurance cost you? So I put the details into hippo.co.za, my details and the details of this car, and I got 498 Rand a month with 7,500 Rand excess. 12 quotes, mind you, so you can definitely, you've got a lot to choose from. Okay, that's fab. So this shares a platform with the Grand i10, but it sort of rivals, well, the Suzuki Ignis, which I have to say I loved when it first came out, but anybody I ever speak to who's sort of not a motoring journalist, who's maybe gotten it as like a rental or like a courtesy car, hate it. But I think that's maybe often because it's so budget, and it's a courtesy car for someone who's given in maybe something that's not as budgety. Then you've got the Renault Kiger, which I am not a fan of, nor am I a fan of the Nissan Magnite, right? But I am a fan of the likes of like the Suzuki Franx or Toyota Starlet Cross, you know, slash same car. I think this is like within that realm, but I am so in love with this. I love how it looks. I love the interior, or I kind of love everything about it, I have to say. It's got a ground clearance of 185 millimeters. So, you know, you can just like hop a curb, go on some gravel. It's also got a very nice boot of 290 liters, which I think is pretty spacious for this car. It is spacious in general. When I look in the back here, which is full of sand, okay? So when you see the interior shots, I do apologize, okay? I didn't know they were so full of sand, but Luca and Archie have been in the back after a day at the beach, okay? This shows you what the car can do, right? Like, the whole family went to the beach. We had all our stuff. The cooler bar, I had a field bar, excuse me. I had, you know, brollies, many towels, because I like a lot for my head and, not my hair, my head, so I can lie on it. And we swim a lot, so we took a lot of towels, bags, all the toys, everything. Archie, Luca in his seat, more than enough space, more than enough. And that just goes to show by you. But now I want to turn this down, so that's, I'm going to really nitpick here, but the aircon, when you put it onto 1, very strong. I want one just less than that. So either I'm like freaking dying of heat, or then I turn it on and I'm like, so that I don't love. I would get over it, I have to say. So there are 5 derivatives. You can opt for manual. You can also get a automated manual transmission. I'm in the 5-speed manual. There are 3 trim levels. You've got, what do you have? I know there's executive and elite. What's the first one again? Okay, you get premium too. Okay, that's the bottom of the range one. I'm in the mid-spec one, and I have to say, like, having read the spec of the premium, the mid-spec, I mean, that's still great. It's really good. In fact, you still get the 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system. You get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You get rear park sensors, and it has like auto headlights. You see, now I'm dying of heat. Okay, this adds like cruise control, and it's got like roof rails. It rides on like 15-inch alloys. It's got a leather-wrapped steering wheel and a little C-type, like fast charging there, your little port. This guy has literally just parked basically in the middle of the road, so no one else can get by. Okay, you guys are gonna just have to let me go. Right, thank you. So there are 6 airbags across the range. The only slight issue for me is the AMTs have stability control. These do not. This one does not. Bummer. But I might be able to look past that, or I might just say to you, up for an AMT. But yeah, let me give that some more thought, right? So it is a 1.2 litre 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine under the bonnet. You have 61 kilowatts of power and 114 newton meters of torque. Now I know you're thinking that is crazy little, but this is a wee little thing. A wee little thing. Oh, it is a wee little thing. Look how good that accent was. So it's it's first and foremost a city car, right? So it's more than enough oomph and whatever you need for around the city. When you hit the highway, I did that yesterday and the day before, it can be expected that it's not going to be perfection, right, on a highway. It gets a little bit noisy, the engine is a little bit noisy, it's a little bit like windery. That's not a word, but you know what I mean. But overall, it feels very solid and it feels very, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't feel as budget as its rivals. I'm just realizing that I'm sitting very high, so I'm just pumping this down. Just didn't have to make that sexual joke, did I? The fuel consumption is claimed at 5.7 litres per 100 Ks. I have set it about 6.5, which I think is really, really, great if you can get lower. Do you know, you want it to be whatever. I'm sitting at 8 at the moment. I'm not thrilled about that. But we know how I drive. So never take my advice on fuel consumption, actually. Unless I tell you it's good, then you know it's really, really good. Like I say, the cabin, it's spacious, it feels solid, it feels well put together. The plastics aren't even, it's a budget car. And I feel like I'm sitting in here, I realized this morning, I was sort of going through everything and I thought, like a bit of plasticky, whatever, which, I don't care about. I just do that because the other motoring journalists do it. Who touches the dashboard? Again, I ask this question with tears in my eyes. Who cares? Everyone wants a soft touch dash. But you forget when you're sitting in here that this is a budget car. And so I feel like that's a good thing, because then you go, oh, that looks a bit cheap. And you go, oh, it is cheap. It is cheap. So that's okay. And it doesn't even feel cheap at all. Now, all of this, comes in or kicks off under 300,000. That's amazing. This mid-range manual is at like 290,000. You can go up to like 330 odd for the top of the range AMT, like that's the elite guy. Don't think you need it, or maybe you do if you want the AMT and if you want stability control, sure. But you could go with this executive AMT if you wanted to. But I just think for the price, it's really fantastic value for money. And I love that I'm saying that about Hyundai and not another Chinese brand. Honestly, I'm so sick of saying that term, good value for money. Almost in a way to convince you. Like I had the Jetour X70, you'll see my review online, my video review. I drove it and I did my review about four days after having driven it for 4 days. I should have done my review at the very end of that week because I didn't love it. And there was more things that started bothering me. But you know what? Maybe they were just personal things, but it's really not a great car. Anyways, back to this, because this is a fantastic car. And I've been driving this the whole week. Nothing's bugged me, nothing's irritated me. It is very good value for money. It is the best looking car in its segment, I think, by a country mile. Comes with a great service plan and warranty, which is 3 years, 45,000 K service plan and a 7-year, 200,000 kilometer warranty. I think it's just very much one of those cars that I recommend with such peace of mind to people, because sometimes I say the Chinese cars are probably a good example. I get asked about them non-stop. Those are the cars people want to know about, right? Because they are much cheaper than their counterparts. The problem is when I say go for it, you might be in for a good car. There's a little part of me that's like, oh, hell, is it gonna be? Is it? But anyway, this I highly recommend with confidence and chutzpah. Like I say, I'm a big Franks and big Star Cross fan. Those are a little bit more expensive than this. And so for me, when you're in this segment, if you're shopping here, every penny counts. And I don't think that you will be disappointed having this. I love it. My husband loves it. We've got an app. He's got an app. He loves his app more than anything. It's a Beats edition, you know. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know about it. Loves that car to death. Which car does he keep stealing? This one. Why? Because he loves outdrives. It's more spacious. And it actually feels a little bit more grown up. But if the app was still being made or produced, it would be a rival. Probably be more expensive, in fact, definitely would be. Interesting, hey? Shoo, I'm full of insights.